The fear of getting a tan has gone too far. Dermatologists with the sunscreen and cosmetic industries are trying to scare us away from the sun.
The sun has become our enemy in the eyes of the pharmaceutical companies.
We have been told for so many years now that the sun is bad, that getting skin cancer is what's going to happen if you get into the sun. And I really think if you look out your window and you look at nature and the greens and the flowers and everything that comes from nature, you realize really quickly that everything that we see is flourishing due to the sun. And we have been kind of like not wanting to be exposed to the sun for really too many years.
Probably one of the most important nutrient hormones that humans need is, in fact, coming from the sun for free. But you have to take advantage of it. And it doesn't mean to go out and bake in the sun. Humans have always depended on the sun for their vitamin D requirement. And it's over the past 40 years that it's been suggested that you should never be exposed to direct sunlight. That is one of the major causes of the vitamin D deficiency pandemic.
Doctors have observed that where there's less sun, there's more cancer, flu, and even autism. For instance, there's more of these diseases in winter, which has less sunlight. And there's also more of these diseases the further you get away from the equator.
Laying out in the sun can help boost your immune system, help eliminate depression, increase your bone density, and even decrease your odds for cancer.
We know that sensible sun exposure reduces risk of deadly cancers, reduces risk of infectious diseases, autoimmune diseases, hypertension, heart disease, stroke.
Sunshine is crucial for a healthy body as well as healthy bones.
It's very underestimated in its role in our ability to utilize calcium. People get very obsessed about calcium. Are we getting enough? Where are we getting it from? They fail to recognize that unless they're getting sufficient natural sunlight on their skin, it doesn't matter how much calcium they consume, they're not going to be able to utilize it anyway. Sunlight exposure is important for more than just reasons of vitamin D. You actually need to get sunlight in your eye in order to maintain a happy state of mind. You've probably heard of seasonal affective disorder, yeah? Where people who don't get enough sunlight become depressed.
By getting sunlight into the eye from reflected objects, we raise the serotonin level, which is what Prozac and some of these antidepressive drugs do. And it does actually, it's been proven that sunlight does a better job in raising serotonin than most of the antidepressive drugs.
מעורר את העיניים בשמש. אנחנו מאוד בעד להסתגל לשמש, לכן אני מאוד נגד משקפי שמש.
You want to avoid the use of sunglasses. If you wear glasses, pretty much any type of glass will filter out many of the beneficial wavelengths that are in sunlight. There's at least 1,500 wavelengths that you need to nourish the retina, and if you're not getting those wavelengths, your eye health will be challenged.
To avoid burning, which is never good, cover up with clothing or move to the shade rather than ever using any sort of noxious, toxic creams or lotions to put on yourself.
There was a strong recommendation from the medical community to use sunscreen regularly, but it was actually increasing the risk of cancer.
What sunscreens have done to us is they have been blocking out the UVB rays, which are the rays that make vitamin D.
Statistics show skin cancer rates and deaths have actually risen since the sunscreen campaigns began 30 years ago.
Apparently, it's the other way around. Your sunscreen might burn you. Sunscreen bottles do say that contents are flammable, but companies are now saying that also applies until it's fully dried on your skin.
For many years, those people who understand sunscreens, be it natural or mainstream, know that the great amount of them create cancers.
Sunscreens they're composed of sometimes dozens of chemicals, carcinogens. You absorb most of that stuff. These chemicals are highly absorbable. They enter the bloodstream, and where do they go? They go to the liver, and then the liver has to break them down. But that overtaxes the liver. You may go into that producing a lot of intrahepatic gallstones, and some of them accumulate in the tissues, in the connective tissues. And if they happen to be in the skin area, under the skin, and they saturate there, you may develop skin cancer because you took the sunscreen. Typically, if your body is in the sun too long, it will start burning. You would want to get out of it. Whereas if you put suntan lotion on, you don't get that signal.
Burning can increase the rate of melanoma slightly, but otherwise no. Melanoma goes down with regular sunlight exposure. People that work outdoors regularly have 1/3 fewer melanomas than people that work inside.
Black Americans have more skin cancer than white people.
Many people have skin cancers in areas that are never even exposed to the sun.
That's true. The sun actually prevents skin cancer.
In fact, sun has now been known to be used to help cure skin cancer.
More than any drug that will ever be developed will ever do for cancer. We have the answer to many of these cancers.
The sun on your skin is vital to keeping your body healthy and your body clean. And those two things are vital in the prevention of cancer. Your skin itself is incapable of actually being clean unless it's exposed to the sanitation of the sun's rays.
In our society, people get too little sunshine. As a result, they have problems with low vitamin D levels. Well, this means you need to go out and get more sunshine, but that's rarely communicated to the patient. Instead, Just like the rest of medicine, the communication is buy pills, buy pills, buy pills. Well, it's not the right answer. Taking vitamin D pills cause nutritional imbalances. They're associated with an increased risk of pancreatic cancer and prostate cancer. Raises your bad cholesterol. Increases the chance of kidney stones and other kidney and autoimmune problems.
It's a hormone, a steroid hormone produced in a lab. These hormones, when you swallow them, build up in the fatty tissues of the body, and they can lead to calcification, which subsequently leads to heart failure and kidney failure and all kinds of other problems.
The vitamin D sham is finally coming out of the closet. This is a sales process more than scientifically validated data. What we're doing is in medical blood tests looking for a synthetic form of vitamin D, and what occurs then when you do not have enough of the synthetic form of vitamin D, they tell you you have a deficiency. Doctor after doctor who doesn't have the time to research or study it and knows little, if anything, about nutrition, has been prescribing large amounts of vitamin D to people.
What is not told to the public, however, is that the vitamin D levels that tend to go down in our blood, that's the storage form of vitamin D. And our storage can go up and down like that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have consequences. It gets metabolized as the body needs it into a metabolite of vitamin D that's 1,000 times more active. And the body is the master at controlling how much of that converts from storage to this. The policy committee, scientists, went back and really looked at the literature fairly carefully on all the vitamin. There's been a lot of research on that. They just concluded, made a conclusion that's basically supporting what I just said. It's really angered, I should say, a lot of people in this country who are selling vitamin D supplements.
This is just another ploy by the pharmaceutical/supplement industry to market a product that they make substantial amounts of funds on.
The single best way, undisputed, no expert will disagree with this, is to make sure, at least no knowledgeable expert will disagree, is to make sure that you are exposing an appropriate amount of your skin in a safe manner to sunshine, because the ultraviolet B radiation shining on your skin will convert the cholesterol that's in your skin into a vitamin D3, which is then metabolized by your body to the active form. And it does it in a way that is just about perfect.
That form of vitamin D manifests and create something in the body, everything from D25 to D3 to D2, which symbiotically work together to make the body have what it needs. It's unique.
But unfortunately, this is a mimic, and it doesn't do the real thing.
So there are people who are consuming the tablets, drinking the milk fortified with vitamin D, and just sell you anything. But yeah, vitamin D people, get out of here with that stuff. Go get you some sunlight.
I love you. And Sonny, thank you for the truth you've let me see. And Sonny, thank you for the facts from A to Z.